Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol AYTU. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where the green line annotation down here is coming from, and that'll definitely play a role in today's analysis. But I will say that this chart is actually pretty tricky to talk about from a presentation standpoint where I sit, because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 30 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart's looking kind of rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. From the highs, there was a pretty big pullback on the day. But big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture viewpoint. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had more of a day trading type perspective and viewpoint going into the trade. And the reason I would still call this chart bullish from the grand scheme of things perspective, even with the pullbacks, has everything to do with, like I said earlier, that green line right there. Reason for that is, let's say that the price, I'm not saying this will happen, but just for example's sake, let's say the price continues to pull back more, find support here at this green line, and then eventually starts to work its way back upwards. Emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have these lows down there. If you picture each of these as stair steps, well, hey, you still have big picture stair steps very clearly going in the upwards direction, and that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward, and in this situation, I'm just defining and quantifying that phrase, make progress, as right there around the 37-cent mark. So all in all, yeah, it pulled back today, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, the bulls do still have plenty of opportunity to build that higher base, so that is certainly priority number one going forward. So let's see if the bulls can chip away and build that higher low or not. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.